And what I'm trying to say to you is that if this is legalized, then everybody is going to have unlimited access to pot. And unlike other people that are irresponsible child abusers are going to have free access.
I'm not sure if you know, but everybody has the ability to get their hands on pot right now, whether it's legal or not.
It's the Morag. Listen, we take a more back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. The Morag. Listen, we take a more back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. Drake just signed a deal. He's fucking with some canopies. More life growth in this bitch. This shit's insanity. I smoke to keep the peace, and plus it eases all my allergies. Principles puffing on some good shit with the faculty. Casually painting y'all picture like a masterpiece. The more rag just past the House of Commons. It's about time you idiots do something in common. Safe bank, great thanks. Hope you go to great lengths. It's time to free the people out the jails. Cut the chains. Control substance. I'm blowing something that's so destructive. Why you lock up the people? You know it's over nothing. This shit is legal here in Canada, America. It's time to change. Obama said it. Hurry up and get it done. Fuck your criminal offense. We need a retrial. Getting locked up for weed. I call that green mile. Privatized jail systems. You must be senile. I don't even have to write my thoughts. This shit's a freestyle. It's the Morag. Listen, we take a more back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. The Morag. Listen, we take a more back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. Now put your hands way up for historical votes. This is a celebration on toke. I'm raising a toast, blazing the dope. All color of the nations, this hope. We had a 52-week low. I see it rising now. Rich TV called that shit. There's no surprises now. 40 storms per month going up in Ontario. More weed, more peace. That's really the scenario. Adverse across the nation. It's a perfect combination. We need to free the people. It's reverse incarceration. Time to make decisions and put aside all religions. People have been patient, so just end the prohibition. CGC, ACB, SMG. Those are tickets for all of y'all that should pay attention. I'm a fly guy when investing in GTI. Sipping my ties, feeling strong. Popeyes is full throttle. Kush bottles. And you can miss me if you ain't buying Tilray. It's the Morag. Listen, we take a more back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. The Morag. Listen, we take a more back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that.
Hope you're all having a good day. So earlier before the market opened today, I brought you guys Else Nutrition Baby. And I told you all the different reasons why I thought that they would do well. And needless to say, Baby did very well. So congratulations to everybody who took that intraday trade. And I know at some point they were up as much as 30% in both Canada and the United States. So anybody who got in could have made 30% on their money same day. I don't know too many other people that are able to do that. So congratulations to anyone who took advantage of that. Now, I know some of you guys are talking about Namaste, and Namaste has been on an epic run, and they went on an epic run again today before they started down. And let's see, where did they finish? Where did they finish? Namaste, despite being up early, finished down 10%. Now, 8 million shares traded today on Namaste. Who could have possibly sold 8 million shares down today? Could it have been a shorter? Andrew Left, is that you? Were you watching Rich TV Live when I called you out and asked you where you at? I said, Andrew, you said you're going to take Namaste to zero. What happened? Is this the work and the craftsmanship of yet again Andrew Left? Sure looks like it. All of a sudden, stock trades 8.3 million shares down after it had been exploding up. This looks like a short attack. What do you guys think? You guys think that Namaste is now being attacked by shorts? Do you think the shorts are now going to attack it back down? Do you think this is just a small delay? Do you think that these are insiders that sold this? I'd love to know what you guys think, but I think it's the shorts. I don't think it's the insiders, but you never know. Never know. 8 million shares at 50 cents is $4 million. That's a lot of equity that ran through that stock today. Maybe they were trying to convert some debt. Maybe somebody needed to sell a position. I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, but I think it's kind of funny that the stock is exploding. I'm talking about it. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, after they fly up to 70 cents today, they get shorted back down all the way down to 57. You think that that's a mistake? Keo Cushion Trader says, shorter alert. Not only Namaste, Believe is 20% up and down every day. Believe is just junk, though. Believe is just junk. Alex Castillo says 8 million shares traded, but not all were sold. Some were buys. There was a lot of buys early in the day. The stock exploded up to 70 cents. It was up early. We were celebrating, and then it came back down late. So I don't know exactly why, but in my opinion, this has something to do with the shorts. Dylan Fraser says lots of people talking profits to scared to hold, took 10, 20, 30% then out. And there's nothing wrong with that. I hope you did take your profits. I always tell you guys, take your profits, man. Lock in your profits. Even if it's 10%, take it and go. Take it and go, man. We even have a song that tells you to take it and go. Believe it or not, we actually have a song that says, take it and go. It's up to you whether or not you take that advice. I can't tell you guys what to do. I can only advise you based on my own experience. But at the end of the day, I think it's always a good idea when you're up to take it and go. Number one reason why? To protect your equity. The number one reason to sell in the green is to protect your equity before it goes into the red, because these stocks are very volatile. They go up and down, and there's very good likelihood what goes up will come down, and what goes down will come up. So get it and go, guys. Here's the song. Listen to the words. I do play options, yes.
Get it and go, yeah, get it and go, get it and go, get it and go, yeah, get it and go, get it and go, get it and go, yeah, get it and go, get it and go, get it and go, yeah, get it and go. Feeling alright, yeah, no, feeling alright, feeling alright, feeling alright, yeah, no, feeling alright, feeling alright, feeling alright, yeah, no, feeling alright, feeling alright, yeah, no, feeling alright, yeah. Get it and go, yeah, dealing with fast food. Crew hang, Wu-Tang, you know the cash rules. Smart kids never did well, fighting in classroom. Giving the bitches bananas, oh God, I just look like a bad moon. Rapping like nuts, ill kid, should've called me a cashew. Bitch, you was sucking the dick, I chew, I'm like, bless you. I see the snake in the grass, language just test you. I don't give a shit about a hater like I'm using a restroom. Never so good, feel like an outcast. White rapper with the heart that'll outlast. People who say you acting black, style whack. I just will never give up, cause God, he gave me a wild stand. Suburbs, mansion, swimming pool. Son of a jeweler, you can imagine the shit I was getting to. Call the studio the cave, I spilled in the rec room. I plant the seed in the booth, watch it grow like a test tube. Outer space, I don't fuck with gravity, no. I'm in your girl's mouth, cavities. Rappers come against me, tragedy. I get the gingerbread man, ain't nobody ever catching me. Nah, blaze through, I'm the one, 8-2, gold piece, Jesus, out the park, Babe Ruth, hot head, stay cool, shots fired, great goose, paramedics, take you, you awake till day 2. Get it and go, yeah, get it and go, get it and go, get it and go, yeah, get it and go, get it and go, get it and go, yeah, get it and go, get it and go, get it and go, yeah, get it and go. Feeling alright, yeah, no, feeling alright, feeling alright, feeling alright, yeah, no, feeling alright, feeling alright, feeling alright, yeah, no, feeling alright, feeling alright, yeah, no, feeling alright.
Yeah, Daddy, that's what I'm talking about. With these rappers in a frying pan, it's crispy
And that's what we got to do, guys. When you're up and you're in the green, you need to protect your equity more than anything else. So when you're up 10% or more, get it and go, man. Take your money and run. If you see the stocks up 11%, put your stop loss at 10%. If it hits that 10%, take your money and run. If you're up 15%, put your stop loss at 10%. If you're up 20%, put your stop loss at 15%. If you're up 100%, put your stop loss at 95%. That way you get the most amount of money out of that trade. And if it still keeps going up, you're not going to be selling on the way up. You're going to be selling on the dip, or you're going to be selling on the drop. If you're buying a stock and it starts to go down, why would you hold it? The only reason why we trade is to win. So if you're up on a trade and it starts to go down, why wouldn't you sell? You want to sell before it goes in the red. Otherwise, once it's in the red, it's going to take away your options. You're not going to want to sell for a loss. Now you're stuck. Now what are your options? Better to sell in the green. Now you're in cash. Now you're ready for the next trade. Any way you slice it, selling in the green is always better than selling in the red. Alex Castillo says, hey, but if Namaste goes any further down, guess what? Huge ass buying opportunity. And this time I have some cash. I think that, a lot of companies are starting to come up from the bottom. Vivo is another one. And I think we just need to be careful and we need to watch and hunt the bottoms of these stocks. The upside is absolutely tremendous for a lot of these companies, but some of them will continue to go lower because they're just not good companies. And that's what it comes down to. And at the end of the day, the market makers can take them wherever they want, because at the end of the day, none of these companies still have any real profitability. So as long as they don't have any real profitability, they're always going to have an opportunity to take them down. It's easy for the shorters to take these stocks down. Emma C says, link Ill Kid with Uncle Answers. Those tracks would be epic. Uncle Answers. I don't even know who Uncle Answers is. But I'm down to try anything if it works. Kyokushin Trader says, CBD CD project sucks. I missed it. Alex Castillo says, they are killing ACB, but ACB will explode. They did the same thing to Namaste. Andrew Left said he was going to take Namaste to 0, and he took them down to 20 cents. Today they hit 70. He then sent a message saying that he's going to take Aurora to 0. Clearly, Aurora's not at 0, but there's obviously a chance it could go lower. He's on SoundCloud and Spotify. Okay, cool. I will. If you can get in contact with him, do, and then message me, and I'll try to see if we can put them together. Ill Kid is a very talented artist, and I'm very excited about working with Ill Kid, and we're going to do a lot of work together over the next few years. And we're just getting started. We have lots of ideas and lots of plans, and everything we've done has just kind of been a start to this evolution and revolution. You want my February's best picks? Man, January's not even done yet, bro. You asking for February already? I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I got to start thinking about February. January's been nuts. My picks have been on fire. So, yeah. I'm actually putting together an article for my top 5 picks for our member subscription that we're creating for Rich TV Live on our website, richtvlive.com. And I'm putting together, I've been writing day and night my research on 5 of the best companies for 2020. And I love all 5 of these companies. And I think these companies are going to kill it. And the funny part is all 5 of them are already up in January. So I've already been correct with all my picks with the 5 that I'm putting out in my article, in my newsletter. Ramdad says, True Leave is just starting its run again. You think so? Might be a good time to load up then. Alex says, I love the stock market, Rich. It's exciting. Stocks down. Don't bother me. I see them as buying opportunities if the company is good. Very smart. It's the way to trade, my friend. Now, we got 24 people here, but only 9 likes. You guys know I don't like that ratio. So I would love if we could get that ratio up. Do you guys think you could hit that like button? I appreciate it if you could. Thank you for the 9 people that did hit the like button. Thank you. Now we're up to 11. So that's better. I like that ratio a little bit better, but still not even 50%. 12, we're still not at 50%. 13 will give us at least 50%, which is a start. There we go. We're at 13. So we're over 15%, over 50% now. Like to watch ratio. So that's a much better ratio for us. Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate you guys. Justin T says, you know anything about Inno up over 200% today? I don't, but it's nice to see that they had a nice day. I'll definitely take a look at them. Keo Cushion Trader says, yep, you killed it for January. That's why I'm asking February. Aha, you got that instinct. I've been thinking about February actually, but it's really hard for me to give you my picks for February until January's done. And it's getting really hard to give picks right now because everything is just so high. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate your likes, man. Everything is so high. It's getting so difficult. Like, it's hard, man. I don't want to give you guys something and then it drops, you know? It's getting harder and harder because everything just keeps going higher. As I've been predicting it will. I mean, I can't believe how much Tesla's gone up this month. It's crazy. So when they go down, I'm actually kind of happy. So I'm like, okay, good. They're down. Maybe it's a buying opportunity because everything keeps going higher and higher and higher every single day. It's totally out of control. And it's a good thing in some ways. But like I said, when you're doing picks, it's kind of scary because you don't want to give anyone picks and then they go down like we've seen with some of the picks in the past. So been really, really careful trying to give you guys the best picks. And I'm going to continue to give you guys the best possible picks I can. And I'm going to look through the entire market to give you guys the best possible picks, whether it's penny stocks, big boards, NASDAQ, Toronto Stock Exchange, Toronto Stock Exchange, Venture Exchange, Canadian Securities Exchange, Amex, New York Stock Exchange, OTC Markets, OTC QB, Pink Sheet Stocks. I don't really care. I just want to find you guys the best. Ramdad says the lawsuits and short attacks are in the rear view for Trulieve. I hope you're right, man, but the short attacks don't just get in the rear view that quickly. But I hope you're right. Sherlock Holmes says ACB revenue estimates this coming earnings are 60 million. They should beat that, I would think. Is that their estimates? I think 60 million is really low. So I think they should go much higher, but you never know. Ramdad says, Rich, you have to look into Next Tech AR Solutions. I know you guys have been telling me about that one all year. Maybe that'll be one of my top 10 picks. Next Tech AR Solutions. Is it NEXT? Is the symbol? Next? What's the symbol? I'll pull it up right now. Ramdad says, see what they do in 6 months. I've been hearing them from a lot of people, so thank you for the pick. Keo Cushion Trader says, baby is, I think, a killer as well. We'll buy more as soon as it drops a bit more. Smart thinking. Very smart thinking. I think we have a long ways to go with baby. I think that one will be in our community for a long time. NTAR, thank you for the pick. Let me just pull it up. NTAR. Next Tech AR Solutions. $2.84, down 5% today. Yeah, they're definitely up from 50 cents, 56 cents, September 13th to a high of $3.30. Wow. Wow. Yesterday. Holy smokes. Hit $3.30 yesterday. Then it came back down and it was down 5% today. NTAR. I'll definitely look into it more. JG says VFF still dirt cheap. Good opportunity in my opinion. VFF. Let's take a look at Village Farms. Remember when Village Farms was under $4? I first started talking about them. Now they're at 770 in Canada. Wow. Yeah, this is the lowest it's been since February 2019. So it's the lowest it's been in a year. And last year they took off from these levels and ran up. Wow. In February of last year, they ran up all the way to $24 by March 22nd. If we have a similar situation happen this year, then this will be fantastic. Yeah, I think VFF is definitely finding a bottom pretty soon here, guys. I agree with you. What do you guys think? You guys think VFF is a buy? Dylan Fraser says VFF, 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 LOL, dirt cheap, LOL, great pick. We are VFF cheerleaders. I like Village Farms. A lot of potential there. Tight float, growing company. Ramdad says, please, people, do not buy NTAR now. It's run too much too fast. What do you think would be a good price, Ramdad? Please let the community know. Let us communicate and work together as a community. That's what makes this community so special. Ramdad says they are a spinoff from Future Farm Technologies, FFT, which hasn't grown a single bud in 3 years. NTAR is a spinoff of Future Farm Technologies? Yeah, I'd have to be careful if that's the case. Dylan Fraser says, I averaged down to 950 Canadian. I feel safe at this level. Yeah, they're at 770 or 950. There's a very good likelihood you're going to be in the green in a short order here. JG says, Dylan and me do. Ramdad says, and FFT went from $3 to 3 cents. JG says, VFF grows at 49 cents a gram already. Yeah, that's a nice margin. Yeah, well, if it's a spinoff of Future Farm Technologies, then yes, absolutely, we definitely need to be careful. Do you guys like my Don't Panic mug? You can get these at richtvshop.com, guys. All the gear you see me wearing here behind me, all the gear at richtvshop.com. Thank you guys for joining me. I just wanted to talk about what's going on in the stock market in January 2020. I predicted in November we would have a market melt up. The market has melted up in November. It has melted up in December, and it has melted up in January. The cannabis sector has not been melting up. However, some stocks have started to come from the bottom. Okay. So we have seen Canopy Growth come from the bottom. Today, we've seen Vivo come from the bottom. And yesterday, recently over the last week, we've seen Namaste come from the bottom. We've seen Delta 9 come from the bottom. So we've started to see some companies start coming up from the bottom. Last week, we saw CWeb coming from the bottom. So what that is, in my opinion, is retail investors are starting to position themselves. Tax loss selling season is long gone, and retail investors are starting to position themselves for this year's run. Some institutions are even starting to position themselves for this year's run. In my opinion, these are a great opportunity to buy. And there's two types of trades you want to do. You want to do momentum trades with stocks that are just on fire, like Tesla, like Virgin Galactic, like Visa, like Baby. Those are momentum trades where you can make money within the same day. And you want to do trend reversals. Companies like Vivo that hit a bottom and turned around. Companies like Namaste that hit a bottom and turned around. Companies like Meta, when I brought you guys, it hit the bottom and turned around. Companies like High Tide, when I brought it to you guys, it hit the bottom and turned around. Those are trend reversals. Those are tougher trades than a momentum trade. Momentum trade is just following the momentum. Whether it's up or down, you can make money following momentum. It doesn't matter if it's stocks. It doesn't matter if it's options. It doesn't matter if it's equities. You can literally make money up and you can make money down. It doesn't matter if it's Forex. It doesn't matter if it's gold. You can make money up and you can make money down and you can follow the trend, or you could trade anticipating a trend reversal. Hey, Tony. Yeah, I don't know why the volume isn't working well on my other computer, but this is a different device. So maybe there's something wrong with that computer. Alex says, guys, how close do you think Afria is from getting a deal with somebody for billions? They are profitable and good earning per quarter. I don't know. Hopefully soon. Tony Driver says, 23rd like. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you, man. Dylan Fraser says, LOL, Alex, I've heard that with Afria for a year at least. LOL, still nothing. Tony Driver says, Namaste is looking good. Yeah, they were looking a lot better today when they hit 70 cents and they finished at 57. So 70 is a lot nicer than 57, but even 57 is better than 26. And it was at 26 not too long ago. Fuad Halal says, Tesla, Rich said that too. AMD too. Keep killing it. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Just trying to bring you guys the best so that we can win. And I'm going to work really hard over this weekend to bring you guys another great top 10 for February, which is a week from Saturday. So a week from Saturday is February 1st. So I still have about a week, but I'm going to start thinking about it and putting my list together and then just watching it very carefully so I can give you guys hopefully the best possible 10 picks for February. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys 10 picks that are non-cannabis, and then I'll give you 10 cannabis. I'm going to do that every single month so that if you're a cannabis enthusiast, you're going to get your cannabis enthusiast picks. And then if you're a diversified investor, or if you love cannabis and everything else too, or if you just want to invest anything else other than cannabis, I want to give you my top 10 non-cannabis and my top 10 cannabis every single month. That's my goal. And try to give you guys bigger and better companies all the time. That's my goal. It's just try to keep giving you guys better companies. And I'll admit it, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes, but I do believe we are getting better. I believe that I am getting better. I believe that you guys are getting better. I think we are all collectively as a community getting better. And I believe we will continue to get better and we will get bigger. I promise you that, because I know for a fact better companies are approaching us now to come on our show. So that is a sign that we're moving in the right direction. Keo Cushion Trader, you can hear me perfectly? Nice. Very good. I appreciate you, Fuad. Thank you, man. Alberto Ramos says, baby, still waiting on that 1 million in volume. Tomorrow, another huge run. I don't know. I mean, they had the news today, right? So I could see them go on another run tomorrow. I definitely could. Alex Castillo says, I will be on vacation in February for 3 weeks in the Philippines, Rich. Yikes. Coronavirus. Yeah, be careful, man. That's a very serious situation. I'll be very careful. Jason Garza says, let's smoke them. Smoke them if you got them. And let me know what you got, what you're smoking. This is a Sundial product. It's called Grasslands. This is a Sundial product. And I've started to become a very big fan of Sundial. Started to become a very, very big fan of Sundial growers. And the 4 biggest companies that I interviewed at the conference were Enwave, who works with Aurora, Sundial Growers, the Valence Company, and Olympia Financial Group. Olympia Financial Group is a $50 stock, OLY, in Canada. Clearly, Valens is one of the best companies in the cannabis sector worldwide. And Enwave has a chance to be just a giant and Sundial is over $3 on the NASDAQ. So those are 4 really big companies to add to our list of companies we've interviewed now. I'm pretty excited about that. I feel kind of blessed. And stay tuned to my 5 interviews that I did at the VRIC this week, the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. I did interview 5 companies there, and I will have those interviews out hopefully by next week. They're just getting edited, they're getting approval. I did interview with the CSE, the Canadian Securities Exchange, and we are now going to have a partnership with the Canadian Securities Exchange where we are going to be offering companies, all 560 companies on the Canadian Securities Exchange, the opportunity to come and do interviews on Rich TV Live. We are literally going to be advertising on the CSE website, our services, and we are going to become a partner with the CSE. So any company that ever wants exposure, ever wants access to real investors, ever wants a press release that will be a video press release can now literally do it live with Rich TV Live and get access to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 560 companies, guys. 560 companies on the CSE are all going to get access to your boy and this community. So really the congratulations is for you guys because we're all going to get access to all the best companies first. So 560 companies, and we're going to be a partner, and we're going to be advertising on the CSE website and giving all CSE companies a discount on media services on Rich TV Live if they apply through the CSE website. So pretty excited. There's a lot of relationships that are forming. We've also started forming a relationship with Equity Guru. We met with them today. They have an office in downtown Vancouver, a beautiful 4,000 square foot facility, and they've got a studio, and we're going to be working with them too. And we're going to be doing interviews out of their studio. They're going to want to bring us in to work with their clients, interview their clients, and just more business coming every single day because the power of this community, like we just don't stop. Like this community never stops. Like I know you guys see me live and stuff. You know, okay, Rich is live, but even when I'm not live, the WhatsApp, the Telegram, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, like it just keeps going 24 hours a day, 7 days of the week. Like we have discussions that are going all day, every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week about stocks. It's nonstop and it's not going to stop. So the reality is people are recognizing it. People see that. People want the exposure. And they know that in order to get the exposure, all they have to do is get on the show and you're going to get in front of real people. Look, we're live. There's 40 people here. If 40 people see a stock and they all buy $1,000 each, that's 40 grand. I mean, I think that's the power of our community. And I don't think our community just buys $1,000 each. Some of us might buy 100 grand. Some of us might buy 10 grand. Some of us might buy 50 grand. Some of us might buy 20 grand. Some of us might buy $100. But the beauty is we have a lot of people. So there's a lot of people that are capable of making a lot of things happen. And I think as a community, we need to work together and stick together and share ideas. And if we do that and we continue to improve as a community and continue to get better and continue to win, what's going to stop us? Today it's the CSE, tomorrow will be the NASDAQ, right? Today it's the CSE, tomorrow it's the Toronto Stock Exchange. Today it's the CSE, tomorrow it's the Amex. I mean, we just want to keep growing. We just want to keep growing. Dylan Fraser says, I was a subscriber at under 10,000. Hey, thank you, Dylan, man. I appreciate all your support, man, all these years. Fuad says, unstoppable machine. You know what? It's just, I love what I do. Like this doesn't work, right? Like some people, they have to have, they have a job, right? So this is not my, like, this is not a job. Like, yeah, this is my career. This is my business. This is my brand. Rich TV Live is a real business. It's a brand, right? You see it everywhere. This is a brand, guys. But yeah, like to me, this is not work because I love doing this. I absolutely love sitting here talking to the people, talking about stocks, looking for companies undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed before they explode. That's what I'm all about, man. And when I started this, I said, you know what? I want to build a community and be a part of a community where we can all share ideas. And if I have a pick, I can go to the community and say, hey guys, here's my pick. What do you think? And I can get opinions from other people before I go and I do some buying, because I don't want to buy on my own. I wanted to get other people to tell me, hey, I want other people to tell me, hey, is it, is it good? Is it bad? I want to know your opinions. I want to get your feedback. So before anybody buys, we can go to the community and say, hey guys, I like Aurora. What do you think? Or, hey guys, I like Baby. What do you think? Hey guys, I like Canopy Growth. What do you think? And get the analysis back from the community, get the feedback from the community. So before I actually do any buying, I've already got an opportunity to see what other people think. Now I feel like I can make a little bit more of an informed decision because I got feedback from a bunch of other people, which may or may not be correct, but at least I've gotten a chance to hear what other people think. And if I get an overwhelming amount of people saying, yes, it's a great buy, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, then that's going to make me feel confident about my purchase. If I got an overwhelming amount of people saying, no, stay away from Zenabis, it's trash, it's going to make me think twice about buying it. So I think that this is a very powerful tool. And I think the future looks bright because we're only just getting started. I mean, this has only been 3 years to think about where we're at and to think about where we're going. And I feel like we're going to go way higher than this. Fuad says, we need to make money. The most important, not to lose the profits, could be cannabis because I'm a cannabis enthusiast, but we need to make cash in other players too. Keep killing it, Rich. Yeah, we just need to keep sharing what's winning. And I don't care what it is. Because at the end of the day, I don't think anybody cares, especially now, because we know that cannabis can be very risky and a lot of people have lost. Dylan Fraser says, we all want to talk to Rich. You're the cannabis goat. Hey man, you know what? I don't know about that. I just want to win, man. So whether it's cannabis, whether it's gold, whether it's silver, whether it's tech, I don't really care. I just want to win. But yeah, I do love cannabis and I'm a cannabis enthusiast and I always will be. But I want to win. And I think as a community, we need to diversify so that we can win. Alex says, okay, let's buy the crap out of Namaste and then we offload the crap of it short. Jason Garza says, safety in numbers. I'm in. Tony Driver says, even my teen kids know you. And when they tell their friends' parents know you too. You're always on my big screen, man. Awesome, bro. Wow. Really, Tony? Thank you, bro. I had no clue, man. That's crazy. I appreciate that, man. That is very humbling. It's very, very humbling. I really appreciate that. Dylan Fraser says, been here a while, brother. Love your show. Love watching. I'd love to have your job. When you hire people, I want in. I'll do anything with cannabis, maybe trying different products, write articles. Yeah, as we get bigger, I will be hiring members of the community to be a part of this. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And our team is growing internally. And it's all my friends. It's all my friends that have jobs first. And it will be my community that will have jobs after that. Because I'm only going to work with the people I trust 100%. Pat says, Rich, can I ask what happened today? Namaste. Profit taking or pump and dump? I think it was shorted. I think Andrew left, got his ego hurt. He didn't like the fact that Namaste is going up because he predicted it would go to zero. I called him out on it, and I think he flexed his muscles today. So yeah, there's a little bit of a war, and we'll see. Andrew wants to go after my picks. I'm very aware of that. And the one thing I'm going to continue to say to Andrew is, Andrew left. I'm looking you right in the eye. Short Tesla, short Visa, short Virgin Galactic, short Shopify, short Disney, short Apple, short Facebook, short AMD, short AT&T, short Avon. These are my picks. Short them. Good luck. May you rest in peace. Amar Paul says, Tagger, bro, what are your views on Zenibus? I'm a shareholder of Zenibus, but Zenibus sucks. That's my views on Zenibus. They're a huge disappointment. They've been a nightmare. They absolutely suck. I wouldn't request anybody to buy that stock. You won't be hearing me talk about them as a buy for a long time until they prove me wrong. Zenibus, if you're watching, you guys have been a major failure. And there's a lot of shareholders that are bag holders thanks to you. And you need to do something to turn the ship around. And you need to do it soon because enough is enough. From $6 to 15 cents, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Amar Paul says, my average is now 17 cents, have over 50K shares. I hope you win big, bro. Best advice I can give you is when you get in the green, take your money and run, man. Platinum stocks are hot, says Alberto Ramos. It's true. Platinum's been hot. It's just me 72 says saw Namaste and the profit takers or shorters. I think it's a combination of both, but I do think there's definitely some shorts involved because it had tons of power today. It ran to 70 cents. I was live. I was laughing. I was celebrating. It was up big and then it started to go down. In my opinion, that was shorters. Alex Castillo says there is a lot of money in this community within 23K members. Take a guess, 200 million more. We have billionaires watching our show. I know that for a fact. So there's millionaires that watch our show. There's billionaires that watch our show. And we're working on getting some of them on our show. So stay tuned. So yeah, we're going to reach for the stars and we might land on the moon, but even landing on the moon is pretty good. Fuad says, if you're looking for a francophone, I'll be here in Montreal area. Hey man, I love Montreal. Je m'appelle Richard. Je ne parle pas le français. Bonjour. Au revoir. Comme ci, comme ça. Yeah, my French is pretty weak. Alex Castillo says, pissed at Zena. My average is 98 cents. You know what? Your average isn't that bad. Remember, Zenibus has come down from $6. So you're actually not so bad. There's a lot of people that are way worse, believe it or not. Tony Driver says, cheers from Montreal. Hey, cheers, brother. I love Montreal. That's my favorite city in Canada. It's the number one party city in Canada, Montreal, by far. If anyone wants to party in Canada, the only place to party is Montreal. Vancouver is like the worst place to party. Absolutely sucks. Everyone here is just a drug addict and a zombie. So this place sucks for partying. And Toronto's pretty cool. I'm a born and raised Toronto boy, but I used to go to Toronto's scene is the biggest by far. You go to Government, you go to some of these bigger clubs, and I don't even know if it's still called the Government. I haven't been in Toronto for 15 years, but you go to some of the bigger clubs in the T-Dot, and there's just nothing like it. But Montreal is still the number one party spot because people just party harder in Montreal than they do in Toronto. And Vancouver is like a joke. The clubs in Vancouver are like a joke compared to Montreal and Toronto. They're a joke. Let's just put it that way. It's a joke. Beautiful women in Montreal. Beautiful. But there's beautiful women in Vancouver. They're just all drug addicts. Not all of them, just a lot of them. In the club scene, specifically. Kevin O'Leary would be a great guest. I know we're working on it. And man, that would be crazy. I don't even know if I'm big enough to have him on my show. Like, I don't even know if we're worthy at this point. But yeah, imagine if we had Kevin O'Leary on the show. That would be mental. That would be mental. Jason Garza says, hey, Alex, I got a loser too named Isodiol. Yeah, Isodiol, another one that's been just a nightmare for the community, for anyone that got involved. Kyokushin Trader says, hey, Rich, what do you think of the Nokia stock around $4 and they signed 64 major contracts such as with AT&T and world leaders for 5G? I love Nokia. I love that pick, Kyokushin Trader. You are a genius, my friend. You are on the right track. Great pick. Great pick. Huge upside for them coming. Huge upside. Dylan Fraser says, I have Xena set 19.5 cents. Still goes down, but feels safe at these levels. I'll buy more once it starts to explode, which it will once all this BS is finished. Still selling, still good products. Yeah, I believe in Zenabis. I just have lost faith in their management, and that worries me, which is why I can't tell anybody to buy that stock. I just can't. If I had to pick Valens or Zenabis, you guys already know my answer. Somebody asked me, Rich, who do I buy? Valens or Zenabis? Valens or Zenabis? We already know I think you guys already know the answer. I don't even have to say it. Ryu Buddy says, no, government closed down. They're building condos there now. Where? Dylan Fraser says, high THC in medical and recreational, 20% plus THC. That's good compared to ACB or even CGC. Yeah, there's nobody doubting Zenabis is selling product. They just suck at the markets. I've told you guys, companies need to hire media. They need media services. If a company needs media services, I can help them. I can introduce them to the guys that do the job. Not everybody can do the job, though. And some people just steal from these companies, and some people just suck. So these companies need to figure it out, man. And if they figure it out, they'll win. If they don't figure it out, they're going to lose 100% of the time. Why do you think Namaste is going up? They have a hired promoter that they've put on their press release saying they've hired a promotional company to help them with their stock. Why do you think Baby is going up? I read it in the press release today. They spent $125,000 cash to make sure they're getting media. What do you think that is? So when I'm reading the press release and then they got patents authorized by the American government, this is why I thought the stock would go up. And I was right. I mean, you could put 2 to 2 together and it does equal 4. It does. But as quickly as things go up, they can quickly go down. So you got to take your money and run. You have to. Amar Paul says, thanks, Rich. I believe Zena will be a very big player in cannabis in 2 years' time. Now, Zena has a big management team, but not before. Hopefully it's sooner than that, man. I don't want to wait 2 years. Alberto Ramos says, when people read the ingredients in Beyond Meat, they will flock to Else Nutrition. I think Else Nutrition is just such an early giant that it's going to make our community very, very wealthy. And that's what I want to do, is create freedom for you and for myself. And we do that by winning. What about BlackBerry? BlackBerry's a tough one. I don't know. What do you think? It looks decent. It definitely looks decent. They've done a lot of rebranding. Just don't know about them. I have to do more research. Was referring to the nightclub government you were talking about in Toronto. Yeah, there's nothing like government in Vancouver, nothing even close. Right? And I know there's a whole bunch of other clubs, and I can't even remember the names. The Docks. I don't remember what that's called now. And that's on the water, and that's a huge club too. So there's a whole bunch of clubs that are just amazing in Toronto and in Montreal, but there's nothing in Vancouver. This place is like a little village. Pete Ferraro says Vivo explodes again tomorrow, debuting on the TSX. I mean, that's definitely giving it a lot of traction. That's for sure, Pete. Thank you for sharing. MR Paul says, my phone's ringing off the hook today. MR Paul says, bro, Rich, now's the time to buy Zena at 15 cents. Believe me, in 2 years' time, it will be a minimum $5 stock. I believe you. I got my shares, so I really hope it is a $5 stock, but it's hard to believe it's going to go from 15 cents to $5. I'm just being honest with you. It's a long ways to go, but anything is possible. Dylan Fraser says, sell the news maybe tomorrow for Vivo. I've seen that before. Run before listing, then sell off with the news listing on TSX. Great point. Jason Garza says, Rich, you're right. In 2017, any company that got on Midas letter won big later due to the exposure. Exposure is a big thing, man. Exposure is a big thing, and companies need it, and they have to spend money on it if they want their stock to do well. If they just think their stock is going to just go up by itself, they got another thing coming, because there's guys like Andrew Left and Timothy Sykes that exist and make a living and make crazy amounts of money shorting these stocks, and they're going to continue to. So if you don't have a plan to fight off those shorters, you will be decimated. And I think we've seen enough in 2019 to prove that theory, to prove that thesis. The Canadian guy says, give a thumbs up, people. Yeah, man. Look at this. We're well branded, folks. We got mugs, we got hats, we got hoodies, we got gear. You name it, we got it. We're on every single social media platform. And if there's anywhere else we should be, let me know and we'll get on there. The Canadian guy says, speaking of nightclubs, I was a bouncer in nightclubs in Calgary when it had good clubs. Not anymore. Yeah, the club scene in Canada just isn't what it used to be. Pete Ferraro says, Rich, Xena at 10 cents US. That is a good risk to reward. I don't think Xena is going to zero. Might take a risk with 75,000 shares. Wow. Just be careful, man. I'm not suggesting anybody buys that company. Jason Garza says, I want you to interview ACB CEO. Guys, if you want me to interview any CEOs, message them. I need your help, guys. Message them. Email them. Tell them that you're part of the Rich TV Live community and they should come on our show. If you get a response back, send me the email at richtvlive@gmail.com. I will get my people to contact them. And if we can get them on the show, not only will I have them on my show, but I will give you compensation as a consultant bringing us business. We are a business. We are a for-profit business, and companies need media services, and companies do pay us for media services. If companies come on our show and you refer them to us, we will compensate you, because professionals deserve to be paid. Whether it's me or you and we're doing work, we should all be compensated. And if a company wants exposure, they should have to pay for it. That's a fact, because they're going to have to pay for it everywhere else. If a company wants to put out a press release, guess what? They got to pay for it. Those press releases aren't free. So when they go out and they put a press release, why not do a video press release with their press release through Rich TV Live? And we'll help them gain some real viral exposure on all major social media platforms. It's that simple. So if you guys have a CEO you want on our show, call them. Call them. Get them on our show. I believe we've had close to 100 CEOs on our show in the last year. 100 CEOs. That's an average of one CEO every 3 days. I want to double that this year. I want to have like an average of one CEO a day. I believe in January, we've already done about 20 CEO interviews, in that range, 20 to 25 CEO interviews, and it's been 23 days. So we're on some crazy pace, and I want to keep that pace. I do. I want to keep that pace. I enjoy being busy. It makes my time go by, and it makes the days go by faster. And I enjoy it. I love doing what I do. I love the content. Do I hit up Granville Street? Yeah, I was there last weekend. All the time. The Canadian guy says, so Xena at $5 a share gives it a market cap of over 1.7 billion. Is that going to happen? I wouldn't bet it will. Definitely not anytime soon, because a company with a $1.7 billion market cap typically is going to have money in the bank, and Zenabis is really struggling financially. So they have a lot of work to do. I believe they still can do it. If I didn't, I would have already sold my shares. However, I'm very disappointed and very unsatisfied as a shareholder. Pete Ferraro says, how much does it cost for a company to post a press release? Well, for a company to post a press release, it depends on what news platform they use. If they use like Newswire, there's so many different press release platforms. It's typically anywhere from $300 to $1,000. And to get on our show, we charge $1,000. $1,000 per interview, which I think is very reasonable. You're going to put out a paper press release, which is only going to be seen by people that are looking at you. And then you're going to go and you're going to do a video press release on Rich TV Live. You're going to get a lot of people watching that video, and it's going to be instant. And we also do it live and interactive. So people get a chance to see your news live as it's happening. I think that that's very powerful. And I think that the cost is very reasonable. So if you're on the CSE, we're going to be advertising for you guys. We're going to give you guys a 20% discount. You're going to be able to get on our show with a video press release for $800 a video. Do the math, 560 companies. If we can just get one video from all 560 companies, we're going to have a very busy year in 2020. We're going to be very profitable as a business ourselves, and we're going to provide a lot of exposure for a lot of undervalued companies. Do I think Xena will do a reverse split? That's the $1 million question. I think there's a very good chance they will. They do have a lot of shares outstanding. Dylan Fraser says, took Xena 8 months to get down here. Give it 8 months to get up there. 5,000% returns. Yeah, it's possible. I'd love to see it, but I don't know, man. It's going to take a lot to get Zenabis back to those levels. Believe me, it's going to take a lot. There's a lot of shorters shorting that stock. Yeah, send emails, guys. Reach out to your clients. Reach out to your companies. If you want your companies to get more exposure, if you want more investment, if you want more eyeballs on your investments, reach out to your companies. Tell them that we can get them on Rich TV Live. And when they put out a press release, they should also put out a video press release with their press release if they want to get some real exposure. Clearly, when we talk about stocks, they do something. I don't know what they're going to do, but usually when we talk about stocks, especially lately, over the last couple months, they've had a tendency to go up after we talk about them. Neurosis says Dixie and Chiron both green again today. Hey, good calls on those ones, buddy. Pete Ferraro says, will Baby dip? I really love them and think they will be a giant. Do they have enough cash? They have cash. They're going to get more. And they are not profitable yet because of the fact that they're not even selling. Once they actually start selling, and especially in America, you're going to see Baby is going to be a household name, folks. And we're able to get into it early before anybody else knows. The only people that really know about Baby are the people in our community. So the reality is Baby is still just a baby, but it has a chance to be a giant. And imagine getting into a company before it becomes a giant and you're getting in under $1. That's the opportunity we have with Baby. Neurosis says, smash that like button for King Rich. Thank you, Neurosis. I appreciate you, brother. I always appreciate your support, man. It means a lot. Leo, the landscaper, says, I'm loading CGC. It's going to break way higher. What about Labs, Leo? I haven't seen you for a while, bro. What's going on with Labs? Is now the time to load up on Labs, or did you forget about Labs now? And are you focusing on CGC? Neurosis says, people, you will not find more of a straight shooter than Rich. Well, that's for damn sure. I'm as honest as it gets. Leo says, Labs is set to explode. Hey, man, that's, I like to hear that. I appreciate your feedback, man. Pete Ferraro says, how many paid members do you have? What does the gold subscription do? Okay, so we've just started this membership. I believe we've got now 13 paid members on YouTube. We've got over 25 members in our Forex Academy, Trading Academy, and we have an options trading academy that we're going to be launching very, very soon. So we've got members that are growing and signing up and becoming members on all of our platforms right now. So the way it works is bronze members are going to get access to some content first. Silver members will get access to picks and interviews and content before bronze and public members. And gold members get access to my picks and my CEO interviews first before anybody else. So gold members get access to content that I think is valuable first. Silver members get access to that content second. Bronze members get access to the content third. And then I put the content out to the public. And this is how we're going to continuously grow. And I'm not worried about how many members and how many people are joining academies. Like, I'm not concerned about that. My concern is teaching people, educating people, giving people value, and helping people grow, helping people get freedom, and helping people win. That's my major goal here. I'm not concerned about anything else. Alberto Ramos says, Labs, great time to get in if there's a dip. I agree. Labs is definitely a good buy here at these levels. Pete Ferraro says, if we are a gold member, do we get the chance to meet you if we are? You want to meet me? I'm actually planning on doing something even crazier than that. I want to do something like, I want to go to my villa in the Dominican and I want to start throwing out bonuses and kind of like say, if you join my academy or if you hit a certain goal, you're going to get, an all expenses paid trip to my villa in the Dominican and party with me for a week. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, some stuff like that. I don't know if you guys are down with that. I'm also looking at building a villa in Indonesia with Amanda. I actually have a friend of mine that's there right now looking at properties with Amanda in Indonesia as we speak. So if I build a villa in Indonesia, we may use that as a resource to give out as bonuses and rewards to members, because I kind of want to do something different. I want to do something different and better, and I want to do it fun. Yeah, you can meet me in Vancouver, whatever. I mean, I'd rather meet you guys while I'm sipping on Mai Tais in Indonesia or sipping on margaritas in the DR. I mean, that just seems like way more fun to me. And I just have a lot more fun in those places. So, yeah, I mean, I got a lot of ideas, and yeah, I want to hang out with members, and I've been hanging out with members, and I'm going to continue to. I've been seeing members at conferences. I saw some members at the LIFT conference. I saw members at the VRIC conference. There's members everywhere. So yeah, I'm an easy guy to hang out with. I'm an easy guy to talk to. I'm just a normal person. I believe like everybody else. And yeah, I'm very approachable. You can talk to me, and yeah, we can definitely hang out. And I'm sure there's a lot of different things that we're going to be able to do over the years as we continue to grow this platform. Tim420 says, hi, Rich. What do you think about Agra getting controlled drug license in the UK? I think it's huge news. I am a shareholder of Agra, and I think that they have huge potential. Leo, the landscaper, says, I'm using powder to make money on money of LPs and rotating profits into labs. What do you mean by powder? Warren White says, Rich, what about Liberty Health Sciences? I like them. I think they have a lot of potential. Matthew says, enough with Xena, lads. What do you think about CODX? Is it going to keep moving? Yeah, CODX had a huge run today. Great pick there, Matthew. Great idea. Hey, Leo, man, you know me, man. I'm down to party. I haven't partied in a long time because I've been in the trenches just building. I've been building this business. There's a lot of moving parts. So I haven't really had a chance, and I'm overdue. So I need a vacation. So I will be going on one soon. But even when I'm on vacation, I'm always working. So there's really no such thing as a vacation anymore because this is my life. So even if I'm in the Dominican, I'll just be doing my videos from the Dominican. If I'm in Indonesia, I'll bring my laptop and I'll be making my videos from Indonesia. So it doesn't matter where we are. We'll be making videos and we'll always be going live. Guaranteed. Fuad says buyback could send it parabolic. They have to get a consultant for stock market strategy. Every company does. All these cannabis producers have to figure a way to get to next level. All the story is already known. They need to get onto Rich TV Live, and I can introduce them to all the guys that can help them. Enough said. Guys, get on the phone with these companies. Tell them to get onto Rich TV Live. I can introduce them to all the major players that are professionals at helping companies make that stock go in the right direction. I know them all. I know them personally. I meet them at the conferences. They know me. If a company needs help, I'm one phone call away. But these companies are arrogant. And you know what? You would think that after they've been obliterated, they wouldn't be arrogant. They're still arrogant. Neurosis says, Rich, I want that white Edison toque you scored at the BC conference. Yeah, we could work something out, bro. I got a whole bunch. Jason Garza says, sounds like a place with cheap. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that. Would you rather have expensive ones? Because there's a lot of expensive ones here in Vancouver. And whether you have a girlfriend or whether you have a wife or whether you're having paid company, you're always paying for it. Let's be honest. So one way or another, you're paying for it. Believe me, I'm divorced and I'm still paying for it. So trust me when I tell you, you're always paying for it. Andrew Stanley Strani says, I agree. When you're a YouTuber, you're always on holiday. Yeah, because this doesn't really work. To get paid to do videos, I mean, who else wouldn't want to do this? Gordon O'Brien says, you can't be in the DR flexing like you got lots of money. Gordon, I don't need to flex about money, bro. To me, it's not about flexing about having lots of money. It's about enjoying my life. And I'll be honest with you, DR is one of the most enjoyable places in the world for me. Honestly, I've been to lots of expensive places. Lots. Cayman Islands. My sister lives in the Caymans. That's one of the most expensive places. And believe me, I have 10 times the fun in the DR than I do in the Cayman Islands. And I love the Cayman Islands. It's a beautiful place. I plan to buy real estate there. I'm looking at properties right now. But it's not, it doesn't hold a candle to the DR. It just is not the same. It ain't the same. So this isn't about flexing. This is about enjoying my life and making the most of every single moment, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. Neurosis says, Rich, if I travel to BC to visit you, can we go to a gentleman's club and eat cannabis edibles off the bellies of naked women? Hell yeah. Hell yes. Pete Ferraro says, has a company ever been mad at you for criticizing them on your show? Yeah, Labs was angry at me just recently. Yeah, they get angry at me all the time. I've had Afria anger at me before, because I just say it like it is, right? I wear my heart on my sleeve. Sometimes that hurts, but at the end of the day, I just got to be me. I'm not going to change and be anything for anybody else. I'm just going to be me. Leo the landscaper says, depends if you want a rash or not. Leo, you can get a rash here in Vancouver, bro. You can get a rash in Florida. You can get a rash in California. You can get a rash in New York. You can get a rash in Toronto. You don't need to go to the DR to get a rash. You can get a rash anywhere in the world, my friend. That's a fact. Fat Nut says, that's why you make the money, to get the honey in some way, shape, form, or fashion. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Alberto Ramos says, Rich, come to Cuba. I'll show you busted roads and bread lines, warm beer everywhere. Fridges are unplugged. Bro, I've been to Cuba many times. I love Havana. And Havana loves me. And me and all my friends, we go there in groups of 20, 30 at a time. And yeah, Havana is sick. It's one of my top places to travel. Havana and the DR are two of my favorite places to travel. Max says, got my first 100% bagger on pot today. Good job, Max. Congratulations. Max says, quick 15K in 2 days. Think and play like a trader. Take 100% profit if you get it. Hey, genius. Leo the landscaper says, I got my cream. Let's go. I don't know, man. I don't know if that cream's going to help. I don't know if those creams are going to help you, bro. Oh, man. The Canadian guy says, there is creams for rashes, guys. You still got to live your life. Oh, this live stream is taking a weird turn. It's a weird turn. Left field, right field. Oh man. Yeah, I like Meta. Junette, I like Meta. I'm a big fan of Meta. I think Meta has a huge potential, and I think Meta um, is going to be one to watch. But it's very volatile. We got to buy the dips. We got to buy the bottoms. We got to buy the bottoms. We got to buy the dips. Buy low, sell high. Take that money and run, baby. Take that money and run. Take the money and run. All right, man. I got to take my son to soccer practice. I would just stay here and hang if I didn't, but single dad, I got to run. I'm always busy with something. If it's not videos, it's the trading academy. If it's not the trading academy, it's options trading. If it's options trading, it's the kids. And if it's not all of that, then it might be a CEO interview, might be doing some business. I might be selling a property, might be buying a property. Who knows, man? There's always something going on. Neurosis says we will use Dixie brand CBD balm for that rash. Hey man, whatever works. Andrew Straney says you cream, so you better keep it clean. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is getting a little weird now. All right, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining me. I got my tweed gloves. Look, I got my tweed gloves. It's kind of cold here. When I take my son to soccer practices, I wear my tweed gloves. Tweed gloves. Tweed gloves. Representing canopy growth, folks. So yeah, I got my tweed gloves. Gonna go out in the rain and be a soccer dad. Gordon O'Brien says, I was talking about everybody. People get killed for money. Are you talking about in the Dominican? Bro, I've been going to the Dominican. I own a villa there since 2011. I've had a villa there for almost 10 years. I walk up and down the DR and I have tons of friends there. It's like my family. I can walk up and down at 3 a.m, 4 a.m by myself, hammered, never have a problem. Dominicans are the nicest people in the world. People that have problems in the Dominican are people that are ignorant to Dominicans. If you treat them well, if you tip them, you give a couple bucks here and there, they will treat you like gold. They're the nicest people in the world. It's a third world country. They're very, very poor. So if you come from first world and you treat them with disrespect, they're not going to forget you. And word travels fast. That's how people get themselves in trouble. But if you're like me and you're walking around, you're just giving away money, they treat you like gold. Because they like, wow, this is a nice guy. He's giving money to the kids. I'll eat food and then I donate food to the people that are like missing limbs. These are the things that me and my friends do so that we can coexist in society. But if you go down the Dominican and you treat them like lower level people, believe me, that trip could turn into your nightmare. But if you treat people with respect, those are the type of people that will do anything for you. They'll do anything for you. They're the nicest people in the world. And anybody who's actually spent like a serious amount of time in the Dominican will tell you the same. That's a fact. I mean, I live in Vancouver and I can tell you there's some places here in Vancouver you don't want to walk down the street. Like if I show you guys Hastings, you'll be mind boggled. Vancouver, one of the nicest places in the world to live, one of the top places in the world to live. And there's a street called Hastings where it's just filled with crackheads. It's like the living dead. You walk down Hastings and it's just crackheads everywhere shooting up on the street. And it's right downtown. And this is supposed to be the number one place in the world to live. And it's got a street filled with crackheads. I don't want to walk down that street. But you're telling me there's people that are scared to walk in the DR? I would much rather walk down the DR than Hastings. I don't even want to look at those people on Hastings. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to breathe their air. I don't want to be in their radius. It's true, Jason Garza. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And in a country like that where everybody knows everybody, if you walk around and you respect people, word travels fast. You treat people well, word travels fast. You treat people poorly, word travels even faster. Remember that. Josh Cook says, same with here in Toronto, shootings every day now. Yeah, and I'm from Toronto. People are telling me Toronto's crazy and stuff. I'm like, man, I was born and raised in Toronto. All my boys are from Jane and Finch. Some of my best friends are from Jane and Finch. You look at me, you don't realize that I grew up on Dundas and Dufferin. I'm Portuguese. I grew up in Portuguese hood, Dundas and Dufferin. Christie Pitts. That's where I grew up. That's where I'm from. So a lot of my buddies are from Scarborough. A lot of my buddies are from Jane and Finch. I used to hang out at Jane and Finch all the time. So people are like, oh man, you don't know I'm in Jane and Finch. You don't know what that's like. I'm like, yeah, I do. I grew up around Jane and Finch. So when you say to me, I don't know what that is, I'm like, yeah, I do. So yeah, I mean, if you want to be able to coexist anywhere, it's all about your attitude. It's all about your attitude, how you talk to people, how you treat people, how you look at people. You know, there's certain rules. Like in Toronto, if you're walking down the street and there's a crew of guys, don't make eye contact. Just keep walking. If you make eye contact, you're just giving them a reason to be like, yo, what you looking at? That's just the way it goes. These are rules. There's just rules. And if you don't know the rules and you're walking and you're like staring, chances are they're going to be like, yo, what are you looking at, fool? And then that's how things start. Neurosis says, I play it safe. My ex-lover lived in Etobicoke. Man, I went to school in Etobicoke, bro. I went to Silverthorne Collegiate. That's where I went to high school, in Etobicoke. I went to Humber College, North Campus, studied radio and television, arts and communications, and broadcast journalism, Etobicoke, Humber North. So that's my hood. You know, now I live in Vancouver. I also have a villa in the Dominican Republic. I have another villa in Portugal. I plan to buy more villas. I just like to enjoy life, man. I just want to have freedom, true freedom. And that's what I'm trying to set myself up for. When my kids are 18, my kids are 11 and 12 right now. When my kids are 18, my goal is that they go off somewhere to university somewhere. They say, Dad, it's been nice knowing you. I say, nice knowing you, kids. Catch me on YouTube. And I'm out. I'm chilling in the DR. I'm chilling in Indonesia. I'm chilling in Europe. I'm chilling in Asia, chilling in Africa, chilling in North America, different places all over the world, just making videos. That's my life, man. That's what I'm trying to set myself up for. I'm working hard to get there. I believe we can get there, and I feel like we're getting there. I feel like we're getting there, man. I feel like we're getting there little by little. And yeah, man, I just feel blessed that we have this community here and this opportunity to win and grow as a community every day. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining me. It's been a magical January 2020 so far, and we're not done. We still have one more week. So stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated. And I will have a top 10 February 2020 coming soon. I'm going to start putting that together. And I'm going to put a top 10 cannabis stocks for February 2020 as well. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. And I'm out. Would I buy Namaste now? Probably not, to be honest with you. I'd like to see how low it goes, especially after the way it crashed. I'd like to see if it crashes further. Probably not, to be honest with you. Not at these prices. I would have liked to buy it when I was telling you guys about it at 38 cents. That was the time to get in. All right, guys. Love to have you guys join the community. If you want to learn to trade, you can join my trading academy. It's your boy Rich from Rich TV Live.
Join the Rich TV Live global community and get the picks. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the incredible Rich TV. Welcome to Rich TV. Welcome to Rich TV. What we talk about: stocks, cash, charts, limits, red, green, something you ain't never seen. Welcome to Rich TV. Welcome to Rich TV. You can join the group. 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 First things first. ACB, we all about it. That's a roller. That's a score. Ain't no other way around.
This is another toque that I got at the conference.
You want to advertise your stock, you can come and holler. We got members that are ready to drop all them dollars. Back it up, we can back it up. 20,000 subscribers, oh my God, you can add it up. Comment below, getting all the dough. Sell it up high, then we buy it down low. We brought you pivot, we the shits there. What's your decision? Either standing or you sitting. Making so many videos. hoes, I'm like, here we go. So many fucking trolls, damn, I'm like, adios. We say it positive, all the members are dope too. If you wanna get big money, we can show you. Welcome to Rich TV. Welcome to Rich TV. What we talk about: stocks, cash, charts, limits, red, green, something you ain't never seen. Welcome to Rich TV. Welcome to Rich TV. You can join the group. 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 We in the second round. Look where I am. He told you what to get. Yeah, he told you what I am. Getting busy. Getting busy. They wonder about your kid. Like, who is he? The market crazy.
Manipulation.
I'm finna get this money. It's all in determination.
Good weed, good weed.
I roll it up, I smoke it up, I'm like,
Ooh wee.
look back, who you think brought you chemistry? Now it's up 100%, that's the recipe. That's the antidote, damn, yeah, your man is dope. Watch me dance, I'ma prance like an antelope. Cena, you know that we been blessed. I'm talking about the stock, not the warrior princess. Watch the big stocks rocking through the roof. And if you're looking for winners, you can fucking join the group. Welcome to Rich TV. Welcome to Rich TV. What we talk about: stocks, cash, charts, limits, red, green, something you ain't never seen. Welcome to Rich TV. Welcome to Rich TV. You can join the group. 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 Welcome to Rich TV. Welcome to Rich TV. What we talk about: stocks, cash, charts, limits, red, green, something you ain't never seen. Welcome to Rich TV. Welcome to Rich TV. You can join the group. 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 You can join the group.
It's non-stop ill kid, dropping hits and hits 24/7. It's true. It's true. Rich TV Live and Ill Kid